everyone, today I want to show you some super simple fall arrangements that you can easily put together even if you're not a floral arranging professional. The best thing about these is that they're dried, so they're going to last all season long. They also have the ability to be packed up and you can bring them back out year after year if you store them properly, so it's really a one-time purchase that's going to last you for years. Everything that I'm going to use is available in our shop, so you can easily shop it and duplicate the same look. And what we're going to start with is just a simple glass jar. We have a variety of these available, different colors, different sizes. These are all recycled glass. Some of them are vintage, so they're all unique and a little different, and they're perfect for fall, but really you can use these year-round and just change out what's inside of them. So I love to use these in my home. We can use just the jar, or you can add a little bit of water. It's not going to affect the stems either way. Sometimes I like to just put a little bit of water in there because it looks a little more lifelike that way, a little more real, less fake, since we are using dried stems. So I'm going to grab a little bit of water and add that. Just a little bit to fill the bottom. Next thing we're going to add are these fun little would-be tassels that we have from Eliza Mack Company, which is a local maker that we have in the shop. These are available in tons of colors. They're so cute and perfect for just adorning your little jar. So you can either wrap it around twice, just wrap it around once and let it hang a little longer. Since this bottle is a little bit smaller at the top, I am able to wrap it around twice. So just adorn your little jar with that, and that part's totally optional. You don't have to add that if you don't want to, but it just adds a little bit of extra to the arrangement I'm going to do. Is just a simple wheat arrangement. So we have these wheat bundles in the shop. They're $10 for the whole bunch, and they come pretty tall. Actually, this may end up being okay without us trimming it, so I'm going to take the twine off. And we'll see if these need to be trimmed up at all. Sometimes they're good as is. You definitely don't want to trim before you get them in there, just in case. So that looks pretty good as is. I may trim it just a little bit. It really just depends on the height that you need for wherever you're putting it. But I'm going to trim it just a little bit, just so it fans out just a little bit more. And you can just trim these with regular scissors. Since the lip of this is a little bit tighter, I'm going to take some out and see if it makes it fan out a little. Yeah. So I just took a few out so it could fan out a little bit more and not be so tight in there. And I think it looks way better. So there is your little arrangement. And even if you use those smaller bottles, you have some extra left over for another arrangement if you want. Arrangement I'm going to do is with this beautiful fall leaf dried stem. Don't know what else to call it. We have these available in the shop too. These are $8 for the bunch. We have a couple different options. Some of these have a little bit of the red eucalyptus in there, which is really pretty too. Really good fall colors. You can also just trim some branches out of your yard too to get the same look. The only thing is they may, depending on what kind of tree it is, it may or may not dry well. It may just start shedding leaves and get all crumbly and gross. So the good thing about these is that you know that they're already dried, so they're going to last for a long time. So I'm going to take the tag off of that. I'm going to add a little neutral garland to this one. This is a larger bottle, so I'm just going to let that kind of hang on the front. You can kind of let it just drape. And then I'm just going to add these. See if I need to trim them, but I don't think I'm going to need to. Just kind of arrange them until you get the right little setting. I like to let it fan out a little bit on the side, and then that's all you need. You're good to go. And you can add a little bit of water to this too if you want to. Our last arrangement is my favorite for this season because it's a little bit different. It's the pampas grass, which is the really trendy thing right now. So we have these in a variety of sizes. We have this medium size, which is actually pretty big and full. And then we have these extra tall ones over here. This is actually floor to ceiling. It's about as tall as I am. So if you have like an entryway or maybe by a mantle or something like that that you need a little bit taller, these are perfect for that. The taller ones are just $8 each, and then the smaller ones are $5 each. So I'm going to start with another glass jar. Again, you could add some water to this if you want. I'm going to show you how we can double up the tassels on this one, and you can do this with larger jars, just kind of overlap them. And I'm going to do a really fun olive and pink. I love these colors together. Just kind of mess with it until you get the right little arrangement. And then you're going to take your pampas grass. You really just need one of these to fill the jar, and we will need to trim it a little bit, but you could do two as well if you want a little bit of a fuller look. So I'll show you how they both look. I'm just going to stick it in here to see. I just need to barely trim this. And I'm going to trim them at different lengths so one sticks up a little taller. So that just by itself looks perfectly fine. That's super cute. If you want to kind of balance it out and have one leaning each way, just add another one. Let's trim this a little bit. Maybe a little bit more. It's better to just trim a little bit at a time, because if you get too short, then you're kind of stuck and you don't want to ruin it. And there you go. And if you want to add even more, you could do a third one. Now, if you want to style your arrangement and make it ready for any kitchen island, coffee table, dining table, wherever you want to put it, grab a little tray, put that in the center of your island, add your arrangement, and then just add a few little accessories around it. A candle works great. Fall candle, little pumpkin. I'm actually going to put this right here. A little pumpkin right there. And you're good to go. You can also add some old books to stack on top of, coasters, maybe a little trinket or something. Anything to style your tray. I usually like to do 1 to 2 little trinkets or something beside the vase. Something that's not as tall, so something a little shorter, because you want to have the balance of different heights on your tray. And then there's your perfect